Okay, it's very difficult to believe that 2008 was the first year in which Volvo launched the XC60, and that car did amazingly well for the brand. Now, over the last few years, since maybe 2013, 2014, with the introduction of the XC90, Volvo has really been up in its game. Like, I mean, Audi and BMW and Mercedes have reason to be a little bit scared at the moment because what they're producing is excellent. Legroom is really quite good here. Now, I don't consider myself to have massive legs, but, you know, they're long enough. They fit in well here. There is, of course, a centre tunnel going on there. You would get 3 adults in the rear. Bit of a squeeze, as is, I suppose, usual. This actually feels like quite a slim car. Head height, definitely not an issue. Good Lord, I've got a couple of inches to spare here going up in my head. That's fantastic. Okay, centre armrest to the rear. Let's pull down here. 12-volt charger here to the centre. You've got your aircon going on as well, and that all looks well and good. Now, in a lot of these models, if I go like this, the boot will open. No, it's an automatic tailgate, but not that automatic. You press the button here, and like many other cars, there you go. Now, this is not the biggest boot in its class. It's 500 and something litres. I think I read 505 litres or something like that. 12-volt charger here to the back. That's okay. A couple of hangers here for your shopping if you want to do that. Under here we have a spare wheel, a small spare wheel. Okay, that'll do the job. First aid kit there as well. Okay, so these are the back seats. Oh, you'll notice no load lip going on here, so actually getting stuff into the boot is not going to be a problem. Just slide it in and that's it. Little ski trap here, which when you put down the centre armrest, this opens up, throw your skis in. I don't have skis, can't ski. I'm not very, what's the word, graceful. Okay, then if you want to lower down these seats here, okay, let's press this button here. What that does is it releases your head restraint there. Right, and then when you press this button here, you can push this forward and look at that, they lay flat. Yeah, that's the back. I'd say it's time to bring this car for a little bit of a spin and let you know what we think of it. We've been driving it all week. It looks great and it is a good drive, so let's have a look at that now. Okay, so what we're driving today is the D5 model of the XC60, okay? It's D5, what does that mean? Well, they're all 2-litre engines. They're all 4-cylinder engines, but this one here offers 235 brake horsepower instead of the 190 that you get with the D4. It is a nice engine. It's good for picking up a bit of speed. It's got a little bit more poke, I assume. I've driven that D4 engine before, but never in the XC60. It's my first time driving one of these. Now, in terms of the OR design, I do think it looks really well. It looks beautiful. There's one thing that kind of annoys me a small bit. It's not that it annoys me. If I was to purchase this car, I wouldn't choose the black interior. I feel with, you know, these kind of extremely comfortable sporty seats, you feel a little bit enclosed, and I think that black material, it's all nappa leather by the way, it's beautiful. That black material, however, makes me feel a little bit claustrophobic inside the car. Now the dash and all the rest it's kind of hugging, right? And that's why I think that a colour option, a different colour palette on this would make the interior feel a lot nicer. But it does feel nice as is. Everything's driver focused, that's good. You get the new Sensus Connect system here with the 8-inch touchscreen going on, 12.3-inch Tft Display down here. That changes, by the way, every time you go through a different driving mode. Everything's controllable here from the steering wheel as well. And it's all very, I suppose, here at the steering wheel it's easy to use. This here is slightly complicated. Now, if you have subscribed to the Car Buyer's Guide YouTube channel, if you haven't done it before, do it now. There's a button down here, I think. Subscribe to us, right? And you will see that we have done a Sensus Connect review before where we've gone through the entire system. We're actually going to throw a link up here as well, and you can have a look at that. Tft Display here is beautiful, and once again, if you've got your nav on, what happens is the actual maps appear here in the center part of the Tft Display. It doesn't overtake the entire system like you'd get inside an Audi, and our Audi infotainment system review is going to pop up there now if you want to have a look at that as well. God, really good at this self-plugging stuff. Anyway, to actually drive the car itself, I have to say, in terms of steering, I love it. I think it's great. It loosens up when you're in the city, when you need to make small or kind of more sudden turns and things like that. But on the open road here, I think it's absolutely beautiful. It's as responsive as I would want it to be, and it's really quite nice. We're on a motorway here at the moment, cruising at 120 kilometers an hour. Now, some of the tech inside this car is absolutely wonderful as well. It being Volvo, you know, you're really surrounded by all this excellent ADAS safety systems. They're absolutely brilliant. And I suppose the twerks that they've made to this, city safety apparently now works between 50 and 100 kilometers an hour, I think. As well as that, it's got this detection thing where if it sees somebody or an object in front of you at certain speeds, what it'll do is it'll try and assist you in driving around that object, you know, if you see it suddenly or something like that. So it won't do it for you, it assists you. And they're very, very kind of careful with that word assist. Like this car here has got a touch of autonomous driving in it, a touch of it. They call it pilot assist, and we've seen this before in the XC90, we've seen it in the S90, we've seen it in the V90 as well. You just press this button here, right, we're in cruise control. I'm going to slap on the cruise control there, right, and I've turned on the pilot assist. And this will actually do some turns for you. Now I'm going to take my hands off for a second. You may see the steering wheel turn and then it straightens up again. That's good. It'll let you do that for maybe 20, 30 seconds, thereabouts. Of course, Volvo say this is just an assistance system. They do not want you going around thinking that you can drive without your hands on the wheel. Now, other things that I do like about it, I love the layout of the dash. I think that looks superb, it looks excellent. I love these kind of lines that are jutting out of the dashboard. Again, love that gearbox. In terms of noise, at the moment we're picking up quite a lot of road noise, and I think maybe that's because we're wearing 19-inch wheels here at the moment. So maybe if they were slightly smaller you wouldn't get as much, but there is a fair whack of intrusion. Now, when I was driving in the city, didn't notice any at all. In fact, the engine is quite loud when you're outside, but sitting in here, engine's not what you hear. What you do hear is the road though, right? I'm not getting any whistle off these wing mirrors here either. But that's it. I have to say, all in, I am extremely impressed by this car. I think it looks absolutely fantastic. Anyway, this is Car Buyer's Guide. Down here you're going to see a subscribe button. Well, it's a logo of CBG. I'd like you to press on it and please follow our channel. Turn on your alerts as well. You find out when our next videos are coming. And other than that, folks, we'll see you again very soon.